everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over Crimson Bat teams. This event week is for Ghulvania, so currently there's only one legendary in Ghulvania, so that means all event chests will be dropping, whenever you get a legendary drop, will all be Crimson Bat. So I'm going to be going over some teams that you'll be able to use with it. Before I do though, of course, here is the redeem code for today. It's DKMDUFLUSW. And that gives the normal reward, 2 treasure maps, 1 gem key, 200 souls, and 2,500 gold. So let's get into those PvP teams now with the Crimson Bat. Let's just go straight into the first one here. And this one you would definitely want to use if you were a newer player. Soothsayer is a rare, Herdmaster is an ultra rare, fairly easy to obtain. This team would need Soothsayer fully traded to fully work, but everything else, Herdmaster and Crimson Bat, both do not need any traits at all for this team to work, as we are using Crimson Bat more as a caster than as any form of damage source. Some interesting things about the Crimson Bat is it has the highest true damage potential of any single troop in the game. Since it does the most true damage to all enemies. It does actually 2 true damage higher than that of the mythic Draculus. And he does gain less HP though, but this HP is fairly high early on in the game, because early on you're only going to be doing like single digit true damage, and this 16 life is always going to be exactly 16. Even if you just have a legendary level 1 Crimson Bat, that's always going to be a 16 life gain. So that is particularly good earlier on in the game, since of course you'll be dealing with lower numbers the earlier that you are. As far as traits are concerned, it has a very, very, very interesting legendary ability. It is the only troop currently in the entire game that can deal 2 times skull damage to any other troop. The main reason for this is the condition in which it does double skull damage is if they have a HP reduction, and every single troop in the game can lose HP. With other 2 times and other skull effects, they're normally limited, such as stats effects are limited to things like Plague, which have Impervious, and anything that's just 2 times damage to a type, like Divine Slayer, well, that's limited to only doing it to Divine. So Blood Sucking, the Crimson Bat's legendary ability, very strong in that regard, and can actually get extremely high amount of damage if you're going up against a Divine team as well, since you could have both Divine Slayer and Blood Sucking for 4 times more skull damage, which is going to be extremely devastating. It also has Cursed, which is amazing synergy with Crimson Bat, because if Cursed triggers on HP, you're going to be, from the very first turn, doing 2 times the skull damage to all your enemies. Of course, in this team lineup, that won't be applicable, but with something like Soothsayer, if it really came down to it, really good with it too because of the Cursed. Deaf is also good with it, since you can, if you have it fully traded, you'll be able to trigger the 2 HP reduction on the first troop every turn, which will automatically give Crimson Bat the 2 times ability. And a lot of things like this, pretty much any troop with Cursed along those lines are really good with Crimson Bat. That and anything that can raise magic. Of course, Soothsayer can raise up our magic on our Crimson Bat, which every single magic it gains is a potential for extra true damage that's going to be doing to the enemy. So very, very devastating. With this team, essentially what we will be doing is just using our empowered Soothsayers to get our mana up from the beginning, and then just keep getting our magic higher, just use Herdmaster to cleanse when we need to, and to get more mana. And we essentially just keep looping this until we just use Crimson Bat to 2 to 3 shot the enemy team. Right there we were 1 mana short. I probably should have counted it out to make sure we had enough, but we'll just use this explosion. That will definitely give us all the mana that we need. There we go. We have literally everything up, which is going to be what Herdmaster is doing a lot. He is taking skulls, but luckily that web is going to do nothing, since our Soothsayer actually does not use magic in any way. So we'll do that. All we need now is 1 single cast, and this match is already over. Let's see. We can't bait out skulls. Oh, yes, we can. We can use it right here. I'm doing this deliberately so he'll waste his next turn on skulls. Right there. Or never mind. We got a cascade, which gave us those skulls. That works too, I guess. We even got a map out of it. So that was not exactly what I wanted, but it worked. So right here we can just explode or use Soothsayer. And just double checking to make sure to explode will actually give us enough mana. I don't think it will actually. So we might have to just go with a Soothsayer somewhere. Or it might be. Let's see. We'll get the web off too. Yeah, it is enough. It's just hard to know exactly with 70% sometimes if you're counting down those low numbers. But there we go. As you can see, 2 casts, team wiped the entire team of mythics and legendaries. Actually, it was 1 legendary and 3 mythics. Ace mythics. So, and that's the early game too. Early game team 2, and you can see how devastating that is already with the Crimson Bat. So let's go into this one. This one is using Crimson Bat for its trait, so you would need to have it traded most likely to use it in this kind of build. We're using it in a Skull Spam deck in order to really get our Crimson Bat big and essentially just one-shotting them for the most part. Of course, Bone Dragon will be our main Skull Spammer, just tear apart their armor and give it to us. Courage, I am using a fully traded Courage for this. The main reason is for the 3 attack and life that it gives every single time we take skulls, which is going to be a lot with Bone Dragon. You could replace this out with pretty much any other troop, and it'll still work pretty good. As you can see, we just need the core of Crimson Bat, Manicore, Bone Dragon to really make this work. But I have this here just so we can buff up like crazy with our attack and HP, just make sure our Crimson Bat doesn't die, and so we'll get extra stats. We won't really be using his ability, but we're using him completely just for buff us up with that legendary trait. We could actually lose here. Bone Dragon or the Great Maul can do quite a toll to this team. Luckily, we do have a Mana Core, which of course, with Empowered, we'll be able to drain them before they actually get an ability up, which will help us make sure they don't get something like the Great Maul or the Bone Dragon cast off. So we do want to focus with this team to get Bone Dragon off as much as we can. Bone Dragon is our main troop on this team. If I'm not mistaken, I even set this banner to brown-purple, just to make sure if we get 2 surges, we'll be able to get that up in 2 turns, or it'll allow us to easily get a 3 turn to get him up. So right here, hopefully he'll leave one of these, either brown or the purple, so we will be able to take that. Just double checking if we can drop that, and we cannot. So I'll just take it normally. Yes, I did set the banner to +1 brown purple for the sole purpose of getting Bone Dragon up, and I believe it just gave it to us. He did just get Giant Spider. Luckily, he does not have a slot empty, so it's not actually going to spawn anything, and there's not enough purple that it should get an extra turn namers, I don't believe. Oh no, it did get extra turn. There goes Bone Dragon. No! It's gonna do it, isn't it? No! Wait. No! Well, there goes our Crimson Bat. Poor thing. No! Wait. It's not dead yet. Yes, now it's dead. No! Well, same premise, though, is still gonna occur. Well, at this point, let's actually stun out the Bone Dragon. The main reason I'm doing this is, for one, to get higher attack. The second reason is because of the Frozen Soul trait. If we would have Skull Spammed and hit up to that Bone Dragon, it would end our turn. So I'm not going to be doing that. We'll do this first. And now whenever we take our next skull right here, we won't actually get frozen. So there we go. We'll kill that out. And as you can see... Oh, wait. We had a Mana Core there anyways. That wouldn't have mattered. Forgot about that. It has Impervious. But still, good to be cautious. So right here, we'll take Brown. We'll get it back with Bone Dragon. Unfortunately, we didn't get to show off how much damage the Bone Dragon does. But essentially, it would be the same thing as Mana Core. Just be one-shotting them all with this Skull Spam. And it's already over. Actually, I think the Courage in this lineup is what's really making this the MVP. That Courage Bone Dragon combo is pretty devastating. Even with just about anything up front there. So that is that team. And now for one of my favorites. Hopefully we get something that will be good with it. I was hoping we could have gotten something like a death against this thing. We're going with Humility, the Dragon Soul, Crimson Bat, and Sylvania Mora. We're actually going to be using the Dragon Soul in this team as more of a kind of like a Gorgotha rather than a Dragon Soul. Of course, we'll still be getting the souls and everything, which makes it good too, since it'll basically act as a Valkyrie as well. But we're essentially going to be using his Humility to keep buffing up our Dragon Soul, just to make sure we'll get more explosions on the Dragon Soul. We'll be getting more true damage on our Bat. And we'll be getting more damage on our Ghulvania Mora. And that combination between the fact of how well we can loop is going to be pretty good for us. I am really worried about that Black Manacles, though. So let me just repick once or twice here. Let's see if we can get... I really want to try getting it with Def. It looks like we're not going to be able to get that, though. I don't know. Let's repick a couple times and see if we can get it with Def. Because staying in humility, especially this particular team against a Def, is very, very entertaining. Of course, this game is not going to give me any. I'll stop at probably like a few more repicks just so we don't waste all of our gems. Nope, another Crimson Bat. A Gorgotha Crimson Bat's a pretty popular combo as well. And of course, Soothsayer. Pretty much anything you can see. He's using the Curse, like I said. It's really good to use things with Cursed on your with your Crimson Bat. And Gorgotha with Crimson Bat is also a fairly popular combination. So there, we got to see that as we were going through this. There's a Def, but that would have been way too easy of a battle. I don't think we're going to get a Def. Let me just repick one more time, and whatever team is there, I'll just go with. Doesn't matter. Come on. Nope, we'll just go with this. So, we have our banner set to the double purple, red, and -1 yellow. We really don't need to worry about getting Humility mana, because between the explosions of our Dragon Soul and Ghulvania Mora, that will get all of our mana for it. So we don't actually have to go and ever take any yellow matches manually. The explosions will be able to do it for us. Also, if it dies, then we won't even have yellow anyways. So it works for that as well. So right here, of course, main things we want to be doing right now is taking reds and purples. Unfortunately, he's converting out purples, and there's barely any reds that we can take. He's going to get Gorgotha up, which might actually help us a bit, because the board is not set up at all for us right now. So this could give us something that we need. Somewhat, it did. Not too much, though. Could hope for a brown surge there and take the skulls. Of course, we don't get it, though. But we did get the purple, which is enough mana off the other one now. Okay, we'll explode right here and hope for the cascade to be good for us. If not, we'll just be able to start looping our Dragon Soul to get this over with. And as soon as our Humility can start casting and start giving us damage, or when he starts damaging it, is when this team can really start shining with all of the extra buffs that it's going to get. But for right now, we'll just do a bunch of explosions. Of course, if we can get Humility triggering at all, we'll be able to get more explosions. Right here, I'm going to bait out skulls just to make sure it will take skulls.
Mana surge.
And of course, you can see right there, we'll just keep spamming it. I'm deliberately not taking those skulls there because we actually need them to take a 4 times. That would help us more. Or then again, never mind. Our armor's not broken yet. Because if he was doing 4 times, he would still do 1 damage through the Entangle. Which, if we didn't have any armor, would be still trigger our Virtue of Humility. But until we actually break our armor, that won't be triggering at all, which is somewhat unfortunate. But we'll use this right here. We'll get our Crimson Bat back up, or we already have Tremor back up. We have pretty much everything that we can use. There isn't really much many teams can do to stop the looping once it gets started. So right here, we'll want to take anything that doesn't give or doesn't take away the skulls to make sure that he keeps taking them. And we can actually just, have we even used Crimson Bat? It's kind of this there as a kill off potential. Like right here, obviously, we'd be doing slightly more damage with it because we'd be doing it through their armor rather than physical, which would help. They both essentially do the exact same amount of damage. It's just Crimson Bat does it through all of their armor, which will help us more in many situations. So we're just going to do that right there. Of course, it's not going to kill, but I wanted the souls, and the Cascade actually kills it. So that is that. Let's see. If I might do one more if we can find a death in like 30 seconds or less. Because seeing this thing against death is pretty funny. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So, I love Humility, or most of you probably know, I love Humility for countering death. It is probably one of the most fun things you can possibly do right now in late game. And of course, you would need a fully traded Humility, though, to do it. But if you're finding fully traded deaths, you are likely having or at least pretty close to a fully traded humility. You don't have the priest class upgraded. So right here, of course, we want to focus on reds and purples. He is going to drain us on the very first move. So, or actually, he's going to take skulls first. So let's just take that. It doesn't matter if he takes a little bit of blue there. I probably shouldn't have given that to him though. But as long as he takes the skull, it does not really matter. So we'll take our mana right there. Going to start getting humility up some. Pretty much everything's starting to get up. Of course, the main priority right here is to get up the Dragon Soul. And we would have with a Surge right there. Unfortunately, we don't get Surge. As you can see from the humility, we are getting 2 armor and 2 life. I mean, 2 armor and 2 magic on all of our allies every single turn. And the only thing we're losing for is technically 1 HP because Death is taking away 2 from us, or stealing 2, I mean. But we are regenning 1. So really, we're getting all of that buff just for 1 damage every single turn. So an amazing trade-off right there. Not much we can do. We do have reduced yellow, so that's going to give us like nothing. But I was trying for that purple cascade, and we actually got lucky enough, that 1 in 7 chance to get it. It did drain us though. Surprised that it took so long for the mana cores to trigger. But with that, we'll just bait out skulls, or not. We accidentally take skulls. But all we really need to do is just get the Dragon Soul back up. Stop stunning and draining this Dragon Soul. I'll just probably have to focus out humility or something then as our mana source. Do we go Yellow Surge? Got it. Yeah. Okay, well now he has a ridiculously high magic. If he triggers magic on anything, it is going to be devastating. Let's use it on skulls just to bait it out. And a complete miss, which is somewhat unfortunate. 1 more skull, I believe, will kill it off, which isn't too big a deal. Of course, the main thing we were using it for were all of the buffs. As you can see, we have a 74 true damage Crimson Bat. So, let's get that all the way up. Oh, that will be glorious. Oh, Def, you better not interfere with this. Okay, so I need to do something that will give us blues somewhere, somehow, some way. Just give us blues. I'm gonna bait out 1 skull. Let's let him take a skull right there. Maybe we'll get blues by the end of this. Blue? Nope, he got an extra turn. Oh no, he's actually getting quite a bit right here. As long as Death doesn't randomly instant kill us with these, we should be fine. Don't you dare. Oh no. Actually, that would have been amazing if it would have killed off our Dragon Soul, because we could have taken reds here and just ended it. This is starting to get slightly dangerous. We need blues, and the second we take blues, that's a team wipe. Hey, stop taking those. Okay, well now we have to wait slightly longer for it. But Dragon Soul, 43 magic. That's probably like 25 or more gem explosions, though it is going to stun it out. Oh wait, it didn't even stun it out. That's weird. Yeah, 24 gem explosions. So let's clear out this board. We'll get plenty of mana for both of them. Still slightly short on the Crimson Bat. The second we get that up, it is match. So hopefully Death Mark, you better not trigger. I'm so scared of that Death Mark right now. Come on, why won't you give us Surge? Probably because of the Jinx trait. That's helping to make sure we don't get it as much, which is a bit unfortunate. I don't know if I should take skulls there or not. We will get the kill off. So just so it doesn't stun us, I think I'm going to take that. I'm still... Please, Death Mark, go away. There we go. Okay, I don't need to worry about it anymore. So right here, we'll take our blue. And the whole reason we use this thing is for the full team wipe. 82 true damage to everything. And pretty much anything's going to die to that. Unless they're like an extreme HP buffer. Took a bit longer than it needed to, but we still got the job done with it. Pretty risky right there, but of course we got a bunch of souls still because we used the Dragon Soul, and we got to have fun with it. But yeah, humility against Death, definitely funny to see. But anyways, that will wrap it up for this video. If you have any other Crimson Bat teams, feel free to leave them in the comment section below, or if you need help building any teams, feel free to ask me in the comment section, or just during any of my streams. But anyways, that'll wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.